Welcome to Cybercast, decoding today's cyber issues. I'm your host, Kate Macri. Joining me today is Colonel Ken Kuebler, PEO for Fixed Wing at USSOCOM. So before I jump into questions, I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit about what you do and its importance to SOCOM mission.
Yeah, sure. No. So I am what they refer to as a program executive officer. I like to say program enabling officer because it's really I've got a portfolio of a bunch of great acquisition professionals that are really empowered to go and develop test, field, sustain, what we call fixed wing capabilities. So those platforms, that don't spin around and fly in the air. So the weapons or the systems that goes on those aircraft.
Sure. So can you provide a brief overview of your modernization strategy and your priorities for fixed wing ISR at SOCOM right now?
Yeah, no, great question. And so, one of those things when I like the term modernization. Now, we've always been modernizing. So since as we look at, especially past last summer, our modernization focus has changed a little bit. And so with that, if you look at the SOF strategy and vision that was recently released by the command, it talks about who we are and where we're going. And it says who we are is innovative problem solvers. And the AFSOC commander likes to refer to it as devious innovators. And so that's where I like to think of us as modernizing. And so there's really three key things that I would say that I look to modernize. One is an automation. Everywhere, everything, automation. Two was the term survivability. And that just means that making our systems to be able to operate in any environment, whether it's where we've been operating for 20 years or in the ice, in the tundra, in the desert. And then third, I would say we needed to be more and more modular. So when I think of modular, I guess the best ways I look at it is when my kids were young and they played with Legos. I want a platform that I can throw in a yellow brick one day and then the red brick the next in order to be able to be a true multi-role platform.
Right. So what are some of the challenges facing these modernization efforts right now?
Yeah. Well, one, it's just being able to focus on the highest priority. That's nothing new, right? We've done that all the time. The other, and I'll just walk it backwards from where I said being modular. One of the things is the term that we've talked about, especially not just in SOCOM and not just in fixed wing, but across the Department of Defense, is making sure that we're utilizing open mission systems. That is so critical to what we're doing. I think we are moving that needle, to use that expression. But I challenge myself, I challenge my team, I challenge the industry that we need to sprint there. I need to be able to put whatever is the latest, greatest technology as quick as possible, so that the field commander can have a sensor one day and then a comm unit the next. So I think that's probably the biggest challenge that we face right now.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit more about the criticality of open systems architecture and the role that plays? Yeah, no. So,
again, I mean, I think of it as being one of the most critical items of what we're doing right now. Because when we talk about the other expression, I know I keep throwing these cliche ones, but is being able to fill capability at the speed of need. And so is that 2 days? Is that 1 day? It all depends. It's at the speed of need. But I can't afford to have systems, and it really comes back to when I'm integrating and then testing them. If I'm taking 6 months, 9 months, 12 months just to be able to integrate, industry comes to me with a little box and it works, right. But I can't get it on the fixed wing platform PEO. So if I can't get them on my on the platforms that quickly, then it's just a box that's sitting on the ground. So I really need to be able to from a flight worthiness, the approval that says, hey, we can go fly. I got to reduce the number of times that I have to go into that safety critical software or software that's affecting something that's not related to the new box but still would be so if I can open that up and just download my next app onto my C-130, then I can go really, really fast.
Right. Gotcha. So you already talked about this a little bit, but could you go a little bit more into the role of automation and artificial intelligence, especially with regard to your modernization plans for fixed wing?
Automation is again, one of those critical items that we're looking to do. And I would put it in context of really two different things. One, and really specifically is reducing work, the work of the crew, right? We've got a lot of data that we fly at, and we've got all kinds of sensors that we're putting on there. And so what I need them to be able to do is focus on those critical items, either, for aircraft for flying, or even those who are on the field, critical to doing their operation. So how do I automate those systems? Sometimes I'll refer to it as data fusion or sensor fusion, so that they get all of what they need to know without having to think about it, right? And then, very, small vignette, to be a specific answer, is when I think of my unmanned systems. And sometimes we hear about collaborative autonomy. What does that mean? Well, we're working through that. But for me, one of the first steps is looking at automating the capability where now I have an operator. It's not a single operator flying a single uncrewed system. It is a single operator flying multiple systems. It's being able to take away and automate those non-critical parameters of flight. So can a system completely take off and land by itself, and then an operator take control when they're actually doing the mission? So the automation to me is key in everything that we're doing. And really, when you look at it, it doesn't make sense to do one, automate without being modular. So they're very much interrelated.
Right. So before I go on to the last question that I have for you, I'm curious, what does the role of cybersecurity look like with your modernization strategy?
Yeah, no. So again, we're nothing, no one's special, but yet we're very special, right? In our name. So it plays a key role. And fortunately, we've got a lot of help across the PEOs. I think of our communication folks, and then just in the headquarters on. The good thing is, in this case, I get a lot of directives. So it is help that I want. People go, I don't want direct. No, they're telling me, hey, in order to get approval to operate, right, I go through a pretty rigorous process. The other, I will tell you, is we're working with industry now. They've got some really neat ways of looking at intrusion. And so we've put some folks on that look and come to our fleets and just do an assessment of how safe we are to operate in that cyber world. And I think we're just going to see more and more of that.
Right. Okay, last question. Fixed wing sensors are a big part of what you do. What role will these play in JADC2, and are there any legacy challenges with that?
Yeah. Again, the legacy, I think, is the openness of them. They'll play a key role. We've got to be able to be a joint. I mean, we're SOCOM. By nature, we're a joint organization. So being able to talk to everyone at any time, whenever we need to, and then being able to communicate that, getting that information, whether it's on the field or back to there. So we're working regularly with the services, especially, in my case, very closely with the Air Force to solve this problem.
Thank you for listening.
Cybercast, along with GovCast and HealthCast, is a production of GovCIO Media and Research. For more podcasts and to check out the other shows, head to govciomedia.com. Watch out for new episodes released every Tuesday and Wednesday across our shows. You can follow all of them in your favorite podcast platform, and if you like what you heard, make sure to let us know by leaving a review. And if you have any topics you think we should look into, contact us at newsletter@gcio.com.